A very good morning to Dr. Muhammad Sufyan bin Muhammad Rosbi. My name is Yuvitra, daughter of Babu, and my metric number is 221242804. I'm from class 22D. Today I would like to present about the introduction of our project, which is dataset 2 criminal report. The data set about the crime in the American cities and the police funding would be analyzed according to the statistic to the American cities. The all information in this project was taken by G.S. Thomas' book Life America's Small Cities. In our final analysis, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and x6 is dependent variable will be regarded as represent, whereas y will be used as the independent variables. The dependent variables and the independent variables should have a normal distribution in calculation that have been done in dataset 2, such as simple linear and multiple linear regression analysis. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Sharin Nair from class 22D. My metric number is 221242770. I will be explaining about the simple linear regression. Simple linear regression is a regression model that estimates the relationship between one independent variable and one dependent variable using a straight line. According to our scatter plot, x1, x2 and x4 has a positive linear relationship with y. x3 and x5 has a negative linear relationship with y, whereas x6 has a little linear relationship with y. About the correlation coefficient, x1 has the highest R value, which is closer to 1 when compared with other variables. This shows that there is a strong positive linear relationship between x1 and y. x6 has the lowest R value, which is closer to 0 when compared with other variables. This shows that there is a little linear relationship between x6 and y. The general form of SLR equation for every variable was found. For example, equation for x1 is y equals to 479 plus 0.39x. This means if x1 is 184, y is equal to 550.76. To test the regression slope, we would need to reject h null if p value is lesser than alpha. In that case, x1 is rejected, x2 is rejected, x3 is accepted, x4 is rejected, x5 is accepted, and x6 is accepted. About the coefficient determination, x1 has the highest R value and R square value compared to other variables. If R is equals to 0.757, then R square is equals to 0.572. It means that 57.2% of y is encountered by x1. Thank you.
My name is Sri Ruben. My matrix number is 221242773. So today I'll be explaining about MLR. So I shall start from overfitting. So based on the graph, the R2 value of 0.464 is lesser than the standard error. In this case, overfitting can produce misleading R square values, regression coefficients, and p values. So the second will be multi-collinearity. The coefficients calculated for MLR shows that multi-collinearity exists. The addition of more independent variables creates more relationship among them. So the third one will be model comparison. Linear regression is a model that captures the linear relationship between simple and multiple variables. SLR examines the relationship between the dependent and independent variables, while MLR examines the relationship between the dependent and multiple independent variables. So the fourth one will be best fitted model. The best fitted model for data set 2, criminal report data analysis, is SLR. The independent variables is used to explain the variation in the dependent variable. Point prediction based on the best model. In comparison to the MLR, the SLR will use only one explanatory variable. Based on the relationship between the x and y variables, it will clearly show that the data has a straight line relationship. So hypothesis testing will be the ANOVA and coefficients table is used as the foundation for comparing the SIG. This demonstrates that x1 and x6 have a significant relationship with y.
My name is Shurmila, daughter of Sundar, metric number 221242803. I am going to present conclusion. In conclusion, the statistical package for the social science has been used to calculate the results for this data, which is called SPSS. The advantage of multilinear regression is, firstly, simple to implement and easier to interpret the output coefficients. Next is, when we know the relationship between the independent and dependent variable have a linear relationship. This algorithm is the best to use because of its less complexity to compare to other algorithms. Furthermore, linear regression is susceptible to overfitting, but it can be avoided using some dimensionality reduction technique, regularization technique, and cross-validation. A more precise computation than the simple linear regression analysis is a benefit of employing multiple linear regression analysis, which is called MRR, to analyze the data, which is SLR. It can therefore access the relative contribution of one or more variables to the value. This will provide us more data flexibility.